Welcome to the Central Florida Sights and Sounds Podcast, your passport to the most captivating destinations, the most thrilling adventures, and the most unforgettable moments in the region. Now, here are your hosts, John and Anne-Marie Corigliano.
Welcome to Season 10, Episode 23 of the Central Florida Sights and Sounds Podcast, bringing you the sights and sounds of Central Florida's world-class attractions and beyond. And I'm your host, John Corigliano, and here's my lovely wife, Miss Anne-Marie.
Hi.
Well, we are here at Disney's Animal Kingdom for our season finale of the podcast for Season 10. I still cannot believe we've completed a whole another season. Like, it feels like I blink and the numbers just keep on getting higher and higher.
That's usually how time works.
I don't like it. I also don't like how time works either.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, we are here, as I said before, at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We're going to be doing Kilimanjaro Safari in the Harambe section of the park. Of course, next month will be the anniversary that this attraction opened up. It was an opening day attraction with Disney's Animal Kingdom. But we were here... by the time you're hearing this, it will be closed. But for It's Tough to Be a Bug.
Which we did have a show on earlier this year.
Yes. Yeah, you can actually listen back early in the season. We did that. Emery did some great thumbnail art for that. But we recorded the entire show. I had a special technique to get the 3D version. If you remember, if you've ever watched my... Honey, I Shrunk the Audience video, it's going to be done in a very similar manner. So if you never got a chance to enjoy this attraction and you don't want to have to deal with the double vision, you won't have to deal with the double vision. You're not going to have to put your 3D glasses on at home, because even if that wouldn't work anyway. But it is a lovely day out here in the park. Emery, are you ready to go see some live animals?
Yes. I want to see a lion.
All right.
They're new lions.
They are new lions?
Yes. The other lions retired, and now they are new lions.
And are they in hospice now? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a Florida joke. All right. With that, before I get beat up, let's head on over to Kilimanjaro Safari. Welcome to Harambe, Anne-Marie. Or welcome back to.
Bienvenidos a Kilimanjaro Safaris. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados y mantengan las manos para reunir sus pies y piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuide a sus niños. Gracias. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. Before you begin your trip, you should know that the unpaved roads of the Arabian Wildlife. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilimanjaro Safari. In order to keep your wait time to a minimum, we ask that you please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. It is not necessary to form a single file line. If you are traveling with a stroller, please have children and diapers unloaded before you reach our stroller parking area. If you are traveling with someone in a scooter or wheelchair, please have this person parking in the line. This will help keep your wait time to a minute. Once again, please keep your group together, keep up with the party in front of you, and fill in all the available space. Thank you for touring in Kilimanjaro. When it comes to safaris, we go wild. Brazos, pies, piernas dentro del vehículo. Y cuide a sus niños. Gracias.
I don't think it's tight at all.
Now if you're sitting there on the inside, look your heads up too big, so it's be sliding closed.
What the heck? Now it's hot. Push Ryan in. Ryan, is it crowded?
I saw this on one. That is Swahili for thank you. And after I reserve, I'd like to say Twende, which means let's go. Good time, everybody. My name is Zach. How we got out here in the Harambe Walk? I'll just give you reminders before we get started. Please remain seated with your hands, arms, and legs, and set your track at all times. If you're holding on to your phone or other loose items, do your very best to hold on to them as tight as you can. If you drop anything, I can't guarantee you'll be able to get it back. Now, if you look up above you, you'll notice an animal spotting guide that has the list of names of all the animals out on the reserve. And we won't see all of them today, but usually pretty good luck. So try to feel Lord spotting all appearance before we pull out on in. This first area we're about to head into is known as the Little Aturi Forest. This is where we find a lot of animals that like to rely on their natural camouflage in order to blend in.
No, the rhino probably and the white
So the animals of this first area might just take a little bit extra to spot. Don't worry, usually it's pretty good luck. looks like over here on the right-hand side of it, halfway up the hills in Okapi. And the Okapi wasn't first discovered until about 1901. Many Westerners believe that it was a myth until they first saw it for themselves. I might see those backstriped legs and think that it's related to the zebra. It's actually one of the closest known relatives of the giraffe. The Okapi has what's known as a prehensile tongue. That's just a pretty fancy word for finger-like. Allows it to grip onto the leaves and food that it wants to eat.
You cannot stop.
And up on the right-hand side of it, at the top of the hill is a nest. That nest is home to some African pink, some saddle-billed storks. And all the way on the left-hand side, up at the top of the hill is a black rhinoceros. Now they tend to be a little more solitary and will typically stick to themselves. They have a pointed upper lip that helps them grip onto the food and grass that they want to eat. Their horns are made out of keratin. It's the same thing as our hair and fingernails. Will grow continuously throughout the rhino's lifetime. And as we turn the corner over here on the left-hand side, this looks like there's a bongo. Now the bongo often get nicknamed the ghost of the forest because they're rarely seen. Those horns are swooped backwards, which allow it to run quickly through the bushes and trees, not getting caught on anything. Those white stripes will allow the bongo to blend into the light, reflecting through the trees. Now we are about to head into the Safi River. This is where we find a lot of aquatic animals that like to rely on the rivers and streams to call home. So as you pass by, look out on either side of the track because you never know where they might be and when they might decide to come out of the water. Well, the first thing I'm going to talk about is going to be in between the trees here on the right-hand side. But there's the pink-backed pelican. Now, it does look pretty gray right now, but it's known for the vibrant pink color it'll get during mating season. They're also colonial nesters and will lay their eggs in groups of up to 500. Also here on the left-hand side of the track are some Nile hippopotamus. They usually spend most of their day underwater, only coming up for a quick breath of air. Now they don't usually swim. What they'll do instead is sink their bodies and then walk or run along the bottom of the river. So as you pass by, look out for any shadows moving along or bubbles coming up from the bottom. Those are most likely good signs that more hippo are here in the area. Looks like over here on the left-hand side of the truck, we're passing by some Nile crocodile. They grow to be about 16 feet long. That's about just as long as a giraffe is tall. The Nile crocodile's bite force is strong enough to crush human bone, but despite how fierce that sounds, they're actually really gentle parents. The moms lay the eggs underground, she'll then dig them up and roll them around in her mouth in order to help with the hatching process. She'll then carry the young in her mouth and on her back. It's mainly just because their little legs can't keep up with hers when walking in between areas. As some of these trees start to fade, then it does mean we're about to head down into the savannah. This is one of the most popular areas out here on the reserve. Before we head down the hill, we're going to take a quick peek at this tree here on the right-hand side of the track. This here is a baobab tree, and the lofty are the nickname the Tree of Life. That's because for about 9 months out of the year, they'll remain completely leafless in order to conserve water. And the animals here on the savanna will use their horns and tusks to poke through the bark to get to the center of the tree where it keeps all that water. First animal is see it's going to be here on the right-hand side of the trek. Then there's the Ankoli cattle. They're one of the only domesticated animals out on the reserve. Those horns can grow anywhere from around 6 to about 8 feet long. And despite their heavy look, those horns are actually a honeycomb-like structure on the inside that gives them the ability to circulate blood through in order to cool off if they feel hot. Now over here on the left-hand side, some African painted dogs. They live in groups anywhere from around 2 to about 25. Actually one of the most successful hunters in Africa. Each dog can reach speeds around 35 to 40 miles an hour. They can maintain that speed for about 3 or 4 miles.
You got it here. You're stuffy.
I just got like the greatest video of all time.
You gotta like send me all these pictures.
I got a really cool video.
Videos.
I'm like running around,
That would
like
be
in the
awesome.
water.
Yes. Send them over to me. I'm gonna make them video.
Oh man,
Oh, is that one? We need to airdrop them later.
yeah, I got a lot.
Yeah. Here.
It looks like coming up ahead. Let's take this big corner. Walking in the field, gonna be on the right-hand side of the trek is an eland. Now both males and females have horns. Also have a flap of skin underneath their necks known as a dewlap. It allows them to circulate blood through in order to cool off if they feel hot.
Oh, Helium. Oh, that thing's
Oh, over there.
they're all over there. What was that thing right now? Cattle.
And right there on the right-hand side of the trek, there's that eland that I mentioned. And all the way up at the top of the hill are some wildebeest. Now the wildebeest are the second most densely populated species on Earth. They'll migrate in herds of up to 1.5 million. They'll sleep together in rows, one by one. That gives them the safety of being together in a group with the ability to run off quickly if they feel threatened. It looks like as we turn the corner, there's another one of those elands right down here by the tree. Gonna be on the right-hand side of the trek again.
Look at the booty over
What does look like coming up ahead? Gonna be on the left-hand side of the truck are some Maasai giraffe. They'll grow anywhere from around 14 to 20 feet tall. When they're newly born, they're already about 6 feet tall. That's taller than the average human.
I don't want to take you to the zoo. Oh, over here.
They have that same prehensile tongue as the okapi. It's just that fancy word for finger-like. It allows them to grip onto the leaves and food that they want to eat. Now, that tongue can grow to be about 18 inches long. Giraffes only sleep for about 30 minutes out of the day. They'll only be 30 minutes all at once. They'll be broken up in about 5-minute segments here and there.
This one's really cute.
Now, some of the local safari guides call this next area elephant country. That's because some of the African elephants will typically hang out around here. Now, they do wander for hundreds of miles a day, so you're never really sure where they might be.
1 mile with shock collars. They border it. It's like a
Just
trap.
like that. It looks like there's a few African elephants here on the right-hand side of the truck. Now we know that these ones are most likely female. It's because they're hanging out together. The males either choose to leave the herd on their own or they'll get forced out by the others. I might see the elephant flapping its ears. It's to cool it off. If you notice those wrinkles on the ears, those are actually blood vessels. So to cool off, the elephants will flap its ears to cool off those blood vessels and in turn cool off their entire body. Now, there was a problem with the elephants here in Africa. They would wander onto farms, eating up all the crops. The farmers didn't like that very much. They began to poach the elephants. So Disney partnered with Oxford University, as well as some locals in Kenya, were able to find out that elephants are terrified of bees. Had something with the buzzing in their ears, they didn't like it, and they'd alert herds miles away of their presence in the area in order to warn them off. So we were able to create beehive fences. These are boxes which surrounded the farms that would act as a barrier to the elephants. This would in turn make them pick a different area to find food. The farmers regained their crops, and they also gained an additional resource of the honey that the bees produced. Looks like we're headed through some red clay pits. If you start to look out on either side of the truck, you're going to see tusk marks. What happens is the elephants will dig their tusks into the red clay, will then roll it up into a ball with their trunk, and they'll eat the red clay in order to replace the minerals they don't get from their mostly grass diet. So once again, with those red clay pits being so close, those are typically good signs that more elephant could be nearby. So let's see. African elephants. There are more muscles in one elephant trunk than are in our entire human body. Very back down the left-hand side is that African elephant. Over here on the left-hand side, we're passing by a group of greater flamingo. Now, a group of greater flamingos known as a flamboyance. Despite their look, they actually have a pretty similar leg structure to that of us humans. Their joints are just a little bit longer. That part that bends backwards is where their heel is. Look at the vibrant pink color from the beta-carotene found inside their diets, which is the algae that they eat. Now it does look like coming up ahead there could be some bigger animals. A lot of these trees are knocked down. I'm starting to see some markings here on the rocks. Looks like over here on the left-hand side, up on the hill, is a cheetah. They are blended in pretty well. I'll be able to see the very best. Let's see. I might be able to get a better view around the corner. Let's see. Now the cheetah's the fastest land mammal. It can run at speeds up to 60 miles an hour. Reach that speed in just about 3 seconds. We are coming up on some Kopi Rocks. Kopi Rocks appear to be home to some lions. That gives them a great view out into the savannah. They're able to look out, see if there's any predators or prey that are hanging around. It looks like they do have the ability to roar, and that roar can be heard anywhere from around 3 to about 6 miles away. They'll sleep anywhere from 16 to 20 hours. They'll choose to do most of their hunting at night. The females typically lead that hunt, the males stay back at home. So as we turn the corner here on the right-hand side of the truck, there's some water buck. They have a gray, shaggy coat, like the name suggests, are almost always found near a permanent source of water. Inside of the truck, we're passing by some burrows. These burrows are typically used by animals that like to hide out. They're able to run into it. These are a place to run into if they feel scared or threatened. As we turn the corner, we get another view of those water buck. Looks like over here on the right hand side, down towards the ground, there's some eggs. Those are ostrich eggs. Each egg is around 3 pounds and is around the equivalent of 2 dozen chicken eggs. The ostrich is the fastest non-flighted bird. It can grow to be anywhere from 7 to about 9 feet tall. There's some Nigerian dwarf goats. They'll grow to be about 3 feet tall, and they're around the equivalent of simple red milk and cheese for the village. Now, if you remember the elephant and bees project I mentioned earlier, it looks like the warden's starting to grow his own beehive fence in that yellow box here in his front yard. Now, the locals here in the village will take care of the goats. In exchange, their milk provides both nutritional and economic benefit. This is just one of the great examples of how humans and animals can come together in order to mutually benefit from our shared lands. Now, unfortunately, many of the animals you saw on the reserve are endangered. That's why it's so important to protect them and their habitats for years. That's just simply reducing, reusing, and recycling. Converting your plastic water bottle to reusable one, recycling your old electronics to be reused. These will all help these animals and their habitats for years. Now, once you make it back to the village of Harambe and any of the merchandise locations, you have the ability to donate to the Disney Conservation Fund. All of that money will go to help funding research, projects, and education about these animals and their habitats for years. Now, if you enjoyed these up-close encounters, you might also recommend the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail. It's about a 15 to 25 minute walking trail and is fully accessible to both wheelchairs and strollers. Also heard that they've installed underwater viewing in some of the local rivers, might give a view out into the hippos. Now they'll also have Asian African animals that you won't see out here on the safari. Also, if you're not staying in Africa for the rest of your travels, maybe you're headed over into Asia. They have the Maharaja Jungle Trek. It's pretty similar to Gorilla Falls, about a 15 to 25 minute trail, and is accessible to both those wheelchairs and strollers. They have animals that you won't see here on the safari or Gorilla Falls. They have all those different Asian animals, including ones such as the Sumatran tigers. And there are a few experiences here at Disney's Animal Kingdom that are going away. The first one's going to be in the Tree of Life Theater. It's Tough to Be a Bug. We're giving its last performance in just about 2 days. Haven't gone and seen it. Make sure you head all the way over there. It is a can't miss show. Also, dinosaur will be going extinct at the end of this year.
Oh, there you go.
Haven't gotten a
Saw
chance to go and catch that dino. Make sure you head over there before it goes
that
away.
big stick.
Is that the
Caught it.
Down here at Kilimanjaro Safaris, we don't like to say goodbye. That's far too sound and far too final. Instead, we say Kwaherini, which means to go well. Now, if any of you on board the Wilderness Explorers are riding the Simba 1. Hey, if you're sitting on the right hand side, watch your hands on two legs, both will be sliding open. Once you step off the truck, don't forget any of the settings left behind. Kwaherini, Asante Sana, thank you for joining me out on the safari.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed the other commentary that was going on that ride.
I hate teenage boys.
Really cool to see the new lions.
Yeah.
We had not seen them since they debuted.
They were in a different spot too than like previously, because usually they were around the corner. Like,
Yeah,
they
here
were-
now they're like front and center when you
yeah,
come up to it.
Like so when you drive into that area, they're like right there.
But overall, weather was really nice for this. I think the only things that we didn't see were the cheetah. I think
Yeah.
the cheetah was not out. I almost so there was a zookeeper that was in there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, there's a wildcat and a person in there. Nah, I don't think there was a cheetah out.
Yeah, I
right
don't
now.
think they were out.
Got to see some up and close giraffes.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like the one animal that you'll usually see up and close.
Yeah, they usually come pretty close to the trucks.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I think the only other one that I've gotten super close to is rhinos, because they like to just kind of sit in the middle of the road.
Oh yeah.
And then
Oh,
you
I've
just
had that
gotta
before.
stop
Yeah.
for X amount. We saw the elephants pretty close.
Yeah. I think they've permanently retired the baboon island. So basically, after you would see the giraffes, you have that little enclosure that's off to the left, across from where the elephants are, and you'd see baboons. But I think they've.
And I don't think that those eggs are ever going to hatch.
I don't think so either.
One thing I did notice is I think they've kind of cut the whole like, oh look, the road's closed, and then you hear the music and that whole thing. You know, like I think they kind of cut that whole
Yeah, I think so too.
shtick too.
So with that, do you would you like to say anything to our listeners as we conclude season 10?
I'll let you handle that.
Wow, all right. We do want to thank all of you for downloading, listening to the show, either past episodes or this season. We strive to bring you along to the parks with us, you know, to have some fun, maybe an hour or half hour or however long. But yeah, we're fortunate that we live in the mecca of theme parks, and we like to bring you along, you know, as like an observer.
I hope you like my thumbnails.
Yeah. If you like her thumbnails, please shout her out at was it at Anne Marie CFSS on BlueSky.
No. I
No?
don't think that's my blue sky.
Oh, I have no idea.
Just on the our regular blue sky.
Yeah, or if you want to email the show, you can email the show. With that, don't forget to visit us at cfsas.com, where you can email the show, just like I said before. You can follow us on BlueSky at CFSAS, and don't forget to subscribe to us up on our YouTube channel. We just passed 11,800, and we're just continuing to grow. And again, if you're subscribed to our channel, a million thank yous. It's something that I've enjoyed doing for a long time, even before Central Florida Sights and Sounds, when I would do stuff for
Other places.
way other places over 20 years ago. So it's nice to do something for myself. And you guys give me the encouragement to keep going, even sometimes when I want to quit. So.
And we always say, if you ever have any suggestions, anything you want to hear, even at old stuff, John might have old things like from 20 years ago,
Yep.
that he will have video of.
Yep. Yep.
You
Yep.
just need to ask him.
Yep.
He'll probably have it.
Probably. Until then, until next season, say goodbye, Anne-Marie.
Goodbye, Anne-Marie.
And we'll see you all next season.
Ohana means family. Family means nobody
Nobody gets left behind.
or forgotten.